the new Parkway Theater, where good food, diverse entertainment, and community create a place for everyone. For showtimes and special events, check out www.thenewparkway.com. You are listening to High Score 5-0, where real talk is our vernacular.
Look at Dodgers out there looking like Al Sharpton right now.
Before gastric bypass or after gastric bypass?
Yeah, after bypass. I thought he had cancer.
Yeah, man, skinny Al Sharpton scared me.
Oh yeah, I thought he had cancer. I'm like, damn, Al Sharpton about to die. We already lost everybody else. Jesse's dead. Wait, is Jesse dead? Jesse dead, right?
You just killed Jesse.
Yeah, I think Jesse
dead. Jesse Jackson dead. Oh, they died of something, hypertension, fucking.
I said when he died. Let me see. Jesse Jackson's not dead.
Jesse, that's his son right there.
Jesse Jackson.
He's alive.
Oh.
Yeah, he's alive.
He lives in South Carolina.
Keep hope alive. Oh my God, I gotta turn this shit off. Every team shooting a three every time down the court.
Yeah, they're throwing lobs and threes, man. Come on, Aaron.
Lobs and threes, that's all that's been thrown up, and the score is still 6-5.
All right. Well, y'all ready to start the show?
Yeah, start this shit up, man.
We DD now.
All right. Taco Pablo, ready for the DD now?
Taco Pablo, that's what Taco Pablo here, because of DEI.
He a DEI hire, I heard Taco Pablo's out here trying to be a DEI hire. All right. Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to the High Score 5-0 podcast. You can catch us at High Score 5-0 on the Instagram, the YouTube, and on the Twitter at Horcrux Hipster. Also, check out our Patreon and TikTok page. And we are here with...
This is AG3 coming at you faster than that game ever was entertaining yesterday. That Super Bowl game. This is AG3 coming at you faster than Drake turning off his TV during that halftime show. Nobody hit that clicker faster than him.
I think Drake was caught off guard by the fact that he was referenced in the Super Bowl show. At least everyone's attention is on him. That's a good thing, right? Or is this the attention he don't want?
He love attention, so he probably take negative too.
Here's your soundbite, AG3. In honor of Black History Month.
Niggas will say stupid shit like, I ain't oppressed. You know what Harriet Tubman said? She said, I would have freed so many more of my people only if they knew they were slaves. All niggas want is comfortable oppression. Niggas is okay with being oppressed as long as it's comfortable. Massa he slapped that nigga 10 times. He only slapped me 9. I'm all right with that. Niggas just want comfortable oppression. And the system understands that we'll feed these niggas hope.
Now, Jared, I like what he said. I'm glad you gave me this, except for, like the comment said, that first day. We know Harriet Tubman never said no shit like that now. He gonna say, Harriet Tubman said, I would have freed more slaves if they didn't know. I need to find that fact. I want someone to show me where that was.
Taco Pablo, can you look that one up?
Harriet Tubman talking.
Internet, man. Yeah, you got sexual sources. You just say, I heard this. There was a study.
You got to go on YouTube. Do your own research.
Dude, they did not know that Harriet Tubman said no shit like that.
All right. And we are here with...
I'm not here for real. I'm sleepy. I've been up since 2:30 a.m. Captain P-Funk. I'm tired of this shit.
All right.
He's tired of this shit.
He's tired of this.
I'm tired of the same nigga walking around with the speaker playing Regina Bell, Baby Come to Me for the last fucking 2 hours outside my house.
All right. Well, here's Captain P-Funk soundbite from one of the greatest, most beautifully articulate villains in comic book history that was put on TV.
Sit your weak monkey ass down. All the people are free to learn that the Pierce family is the chocolate-covered Incredibles. And I have to wonder why I haven't seen your blistering black ass playing dress-up lately. You big-lip, bug-eyed, nappy-headed Nimrod. That black son of a bitch keeps rising from the dead.
How is it you never seem to age?
I keep saying black folks got to get off of that fried chicken and watermelon Kool-Aid diet.
They finally put a black show on the CW. I mean, that's not like a comedy. They put a black superhero, and they gonna have the most Uncle Ruckus acting coon as an enemy.
May white God bless you, Robert.
He's albino.
Man, I told black people they need to get off that fried chicken. He said every racist thing that white people want to say.
Pretty much.
Sound like Emmanuel Acho out there.
And we are here with.
Hey, what's going on? This is Brandon, aka Taco Pablo. Just a little hack for you guys. They do their Super Bowl replay, just the plays, no commentary after the game is over. So I did not watch the game live. I think that's how I'm going to watch Super Bowls that I don't care about from now on. Got to see the whole game.
That sounds like the way to watch. You get the field sounds and no commentary. That's great.
Oh, okay. Taco Paul found the life hack. Shout out sponsorship. All right. Here's your soundbite, Captain P Fun. Taco Pablo. It's your favorite MMA fighter, Tito Ortiz.
I take a lot of slack from people saying that you're a sellout. You know what? I'm not a sellout. I'm an American. And at the end of the day, united we stand, and divided we will not fall.
What? Not this motherfucker, dude. What? Oh my God, man. It's the problem with MMA, man. It's too popular. So people think like, oh man, these guys know what they're talking about.
Tito Ortiz ran for city council down in Huntington Beach or one of those Orange County areas and won. And then I think he lost his job because there was some problems with things he was doing, maybe some embezzlement accusations. But that was him talking in front of a city building with a "Don't Tread on Me" flag. And a picture of Ben Franklin and some other goofy shit. It's like, I ain't gonna say much, but I got these pictures and this flag up here to represent what I'm really trying to get at because I can't articulate it myself.
I don't know. That's supposed to be the Liberty Bell or some shit. I don't know. This dude's an idiot.
Tito Ortiz.
I mean, the drop off in fame for MMA fighters is insane. Because I wouldn't even consider him like an F level celebrity at this point.
He should have held on to his relationship with Jenna Jameson. He could have maintain some relevance without having to try and become a politician.
Hey man, shout out Tito Ortiz, man. Was he talking when he was trying to get out of that PPP loan scam?
He might have.
He was part of that PPP loan scam. You're right.
He's like, man, I gotta get the right person elected, so I don't go to jail.
All right, and my name is Jared, aka DJ Art, with 2 T's for a double dose of that tink tink. The D is silent, so it's just chart. And here's my soundbite. I don't remember what this one was, but here we go.
You gotta really be gay to like men, because women got assholes too.
Oh yeah, that was supposed to be Pedro's.
Oh my God, dude.
I'm not gonna last too much longer.
We know that, Pedro. We know you holding on. Thank you, Pedro.
Captain P Funk has been running all day and all night, and he is tired. So we're gonna hold on as long as we can. We're gonna hopefully say something good about Kanye in a bit. Anyways,
no,
I decline.
In news this week, we're just gonna get to sports since it was the Super Bowl 59 happened. The Eagles took on the Kansas City referees and pretty much stomped a mud hole from pillar to pillar on the Cincinnati or the Kansas City referees, the Chiefs. My question is, did y'all watch the game? And what was the key to the Eagles' success or the downfall of the Kansas City Chiefs game plan?
They just didn't. It was. I don't think it was the game plan, man. They just rushed 4 and played zone. They played a deep 3 zone and rushed 4. That's all they did. They took advantage of Kansas City having a bad offensive line.
Taco Pablo, what did you notice about the game after you watched it, the all 22 version?
No, I thought, yeah, man, it was Kansas City's really good if it's close, but because it wasn't close, they weren't able to come back. Like, they don't have the explosive sort of offensive power. I think the number one thing is, like everybody says, it starts with the line. Eagles had the best offensive line and the best defensive line, and by the best defensive line, they had the best defensive line by a lot. Like that was it wasn't even close, man. It was. And so yeah, once you have that going, it is what it is, man.
Camp P-Funk, were you able to watch the game, or were you hosting a bunch of women's that wouldn't be quiet?
No, I was able to watch the game. I watched the whole game, and it's just that the offensive line is real bad. I hate that the commentator is talking about this is the worst game that Patrick Mahomes played. And it's like everybody forgot about the Tampa Bay game.
Well, the Tampa Bay, he was getting hit, but he was flinging the passes down the field. Those were also dropping balls. Remember that one? He was like, he got hit and was basically parallel to the ground and Superman did. And I think Kelsey or Tyreek Hill, they both dropped touchdown passes. So I think this one was a little worse, Pedro. He only had like 24 yards in the first half. I mean, this was worse than the Tampa Bay one.
It was still bad.
They both were bad.
Yeah, but they was just over the top with explaining how he had one of his worst games. With that being said, let's give credit to Philadelphia. They played good, strong defense.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, both games outperformed Patrick Mahomes. They had some plays last Super Bowl go their way, or some calls go their way, some field position. But he outplayed.
I mean, he wasn't going against his own defense, so I don't know if we can say he outplayed him. He just
well, he was the reason why Kansas City defense did a good job shutting down Saquon.
They did. They shut down Saquon.
But, they did a great job with that.
He was efficient. He had a high completion percentage. He didn't make it. He only made that one mistake, but he got hit on that play. Yeah, he played efficient. It looked like they were prepared. It looked like Philadelphia was prepared, and Kansas City needed Eric the enemy, and
Eric the enemy can't get it. Eric the enemy can't get a job anywhere, Pedro. He can't get a job anywhere. I tell you, he don't know what the hell he's doing
for the game, and they also need Andy Reid to stop looking at the dinner menu instead of calling some decent plays.
I do agree this is probably Patrick Mahomes' worst performance, but it wasn't all to his, him playing bad. One of the interceptions, he was getting stepped on by his offensive lineman, which caused the throw to not, be out ahead enough and got intercepted.
They don't want no wide receiver. They need to get serious about getting a wide receiver.
They do.
Playmaking running back. You got to stop this.
I think
you get serious about getting some left tackles.
Yeah, they need to get some O-linemen. I think the O-line, I said this yesterday. I was like, I think that Kansas City, their O-line and their defensive line was built to play in freezing temperatures in December. That's great if you're playing in freezing temperatures for the Super Bowl. But if you're playing in a nice dome and you got a bunch of, beautiful white men that are good at playing in the snow, but can't quite handle the full capacity.
Well, they had two black tackles, Jared, and both of them sucked this year.
In the game last year? No, hold on.
This year. They started off the season with two black tackles.
Hold on, Aaron. Let me finish my point.
I'm sorry. Okay.
You over here trying to cape for the KCs. I want you to listen. They had them beautiful
goddamn fact checkers.
White men's. I saw only white men on that line yesterday. They was built for the wintertime playoff environment, and they had to go up against a bunch of big, buxom Negroes that have athletic ability in a room temperature setting. So them Negroes wasn't cold. They wasn't tight. They wasn't in shock on how cold they were. They was able to just go full on niggadry to the fullest, and they dominated that. They collapsed the pocket. They pushed Patrick Mahomes. But I saw Patrick Mahomes do shit I didn't think he could do. That's how much running around he was doing. That motherfucker was running and twisting and turning several times where I was like, I didn't know he was that athletic.
He was running for his life.
But, like Pedro was saying, Jalen Hurts looked good. But also, like I said, Jalen Hurts was out there filling out his tax forms. Motherfucker was was licking envelopes. He was notarizing papers. I think Jalen Hurts did an online certification class on a couple snaps. The motherfucker had so much time that if you're gonna let your opposing quarterback, because you're trying to shut down Saquon, which is fair, but if you're not gonna pressure him to the point where he's able to sit back there for as long as he was on an average, I felt like he had like at least 6 seconds almost every drop back, except for the couple times they blitzed him. He was just sitting back there waiting, just picking them apart. And Kellen Moore punk ass decided to start running some crossing routes with some fools, which I ain't never seen him do ever before. So, you know, it was a recipe for disaster. It wasn't cold weather game, which the Chiefs are built to win a close cold weather game, and they had no ability to get any kind of pass rush other than, you know, the occasional blitz where you got to get better pass rushers, KC. KC, to me, after going 2 back-to-back Super Bowls, you know, it's hard to, you know, retain some players, but they got to do a better job at finding some of those little diamonds in the rough that can be like little difference makers. And I'm not saying that this was the year that they would have been able to do it, definitely, but they got to find one of those guys who's an undersized edge rusher that can just bring D Ford back. That's where it's like, we need a D Ford back. And get you some skill players, man. Old ass DeAndre Hopkins. Once he dropped that ball right before halftime, I was like, this game is definitely over. I was like, they're punting again. They're not. They could have scored and got the ball back at half and maybe, you know, made a game of it. But DeAndre Hopkins, old ass, you know, missed that ball.
He dropped
and then
that ball.
it was just like, what are we doing? This is not good. Anyways, AG3.
When are you gonna break up with your girlfriend, man? Because basically, you said they had a black defensive line and they had a white offensive line. That's why. That's nonsense.
What? That's not nonsense.
To quote Charles Barkley, that's the stupidest thing I heard yet.
They had a full nigga dream.
That's what he was talking about. Kenny Smith, when Kenny Smith went on some rant about why the team is playing. It didn't make no damn sense. Kenny ran.
They had a full.
You need a team. And that's Jericho saying the team lost because they had a white offensive line. Mm-hmm. And a team had a defensive offense.
And they were not playing below 0 temperatures. The white offensive line, the beautiful white man offensive line, comprised of solely big ham hockey white men, are really good in cold weather games. That's just
let me tell you, Jared. Philly beat the Rams. Philly beat the Rams in snow with that white because of that defensive line, that black defensive SEC defensive line.
No. They beat the Rams because Saquon Barkley ran several carries for over 60 yards and touchdowns, and nobody was stopping him.
And then the last play, which Rams had a chance to win at the end of the game, they drove down. What was the last play? A sack by Jalen Carter, which he destroyed the O-line.
I'm just saying, hey, you saw they were in the game to the end. This game, they were at room temperature. They were at Florida Negro temperatures. And what happened? Domination. You need the beautiful white man in all his infinite glory. Need some cold weather to be on his side.
They're just gonna double down.
Oh my God, this team sucks.
I'm just saying, man. Hey, you go ahead and tell me that's not true. Go back and watch the game, y'all. Y'all gonna see. AG3. We know the Super Bowl is an important day in your household. Were you able to watch the game in peace?
I watched the game in peace. Too bad it was one of the shittiest games. I would trade this game for all the games I couldn't watch in peace. All the games that people sitting in my chairs that I had bad angles for TVs, people reading old Kims and books, people not stop talking, getting a hangover and sleeping through the Super Bowl because I went out for someone's birthday the day before. The Super Bowl, which I had the flu, which was the Denver Broncos versus Atlanta Falcons. Thank God I slept through that one. All these other things, I probably would have still traded that one for the flu one.
So are you saying that you would have, you know, if it was a better game, you would have been willing to go watch the game at somebody else's house?
No, I'm not saying that shit. Not at all. I'm just saying that this was bad.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad game, but there was one highlight. Kendrick Lamar did the halftime show, and there's been a lot of people trying to write thesis high. How do you say thesis?
If people trying to write thesis about Kendrick Lamar, then they need to stop giving out college degrees.
People are trying to write thesis about Kendrick Lamar's halftime show and how deep it was. Sponsored by Pepsi, by the way. Did you guys see the halftime show? And do you think it was as good as they're saying? And is Drake dead?
I did not watch the halftime show, but I opened up Instagram and I saw highlights. I opened up TikTok, also more highlights of thesi, more think pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Substacks. I got some Substacks on the topic too.
You know what? The crazy thing about the Drake thing is, I think it's more reflects that he's still spending so much time on this. Right? That you're like, he got his ex-girlfriend out there crip walking, and she married. She should have moved on by now. Like, oh no, man, I'm not going to give him any more thought. But no.
Well, remember, he called her a groupie. He called her husband a groupie in a song not too long ago.
Yeah.
Maybe he was.
I think Drake's
got
kind of
too much money to be a groupie.
Drake's.
I'm saying her husband got too much money to be a groupie.
Drake is the groupie. He be groupieing up on college basketball players. Taco Pablo, do you think Drake is dead or is he still alive? Is he still around?
I mean, I think he's going to be all right. I think at the end of this, we'll all see that he won. Hopefully.
Oh, he won it. He won it in the bank accounts probably, but he did. AG3, did you watch the halftime show?
Yeah, I watch it. I mean, it wasn't one of my favorite halftime shows, but I rank it up there just because of what it did.
And what was that?
Basically made Drake. Basically, it made it so Drake lost worse than the Chiefs on Sunday. And so I can live with that.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Captain P-Funk, how did you feel about the halftime show, and were you awestruck and feeling like you need to write a thesis about it?
Yeah, it really tugged at my heart. I was really hyped, and I was going, I'm really putting in for the city. Like everybody else I know, I felt like we finally won. The black race has finally won everything that was stolen from us because of K-Dot. Thank you, K-Dot, for bringing us back our true freedom.
K-Dot was a form of reparations.
Yes.
Sponsored by Pepsi.
It gave me a sense of hope. Like, there's hope for black people. There's hope for black children. There's hope that, my wife don't yell at me tomorrow. There's hope that... she allows me to sleep with another woman. There's a lot of hope. I'm just proud to be black right now and the same skin tone as Kendrick Lamar. I think people look at me, when they see me, they think of Kendrick Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
So he gives me hope.
More hope than 2008.
He gives me more hope than when Rodney King got beat.
Come on.
Hope than Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul.
Oh, shit. Well, apparently, Drake is still alive because recently, before the Super Bowl ad, he was at a concert somewhere because he's been doing a lot of concerts, and he came out to show that he survived all the shots. Maybe not the Super Bowl one yet, but all the shots. Here's a clip of Drake and his retort to all the people who are naysayers. He walked out in a concert with a black hoodie on that had a bunch of holes and smoke coming out of him, as though his shirt was riddled with bullet holes. What do you guys think about Kendrick silencing his naysayers? I mean, Drake.
Well, as they say, God, he's the main character of hip hop, man. Even when Kendrick is in front of the whole world, everybody's thinking about Drake. Like, it's insane how much attention he gets. He's like the Kim Kardashian of hip hop. Like,
that's the problem. He also has much substance as the Kim Kardashian.
Exactly,
and they both appropriate blackness.
Exactly. Drake, and I'm more mad about Drake's appropriating blackness than Kim Kardashian.
Because at least she got a fat ass.
Allegedly.
At least she been closer to the hood than he ever been.
At least she raising her kids.
Exactly. She got more niggas in her household than he do.
Allegedly on everything.
And in other news, I got some tweets of the week for you guys. Compliments of Quentin Quarantino on Instagram. 4 tweets, that's some of the week. The first one's from Elon Musk, and it said, I love the real Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love another man.
All I can tell you, sir, is that he's gay.
The tweet below that was Kanye West. I'm a Nazi.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
The third tweet, Donald Trump. I will be signing an executive order next week ending this ridiculous Biden push for paper straws, which don't work. Back to plastic.
Can a nigga borrow a French fry?
And the fourth tweet, Kanye. I turned down 3 photos this week with Make-A-Wish kids in wheelchairs.
I don't hang out with him. I work with him, and that's it. I tried to introduce him to a few nice people. He made a fool of himself. I don't mess with him, baby. That's not me.
What do you guys think about this week in tweets?
I'd do that shit again.
In more serious news, the ADL said Elon Musk was not doing a Nazi salute or anti-Semitic gesture. It was just an awkward thing that people on the spectrum do. But in other news, they have condemned Kanye West for calling himself a Nazi and apparently selling white tees on his website with a Nazi symbol directly centered in the chest also.
I mean, that's bad, Jared. You can't try to compare the two. I mean, that's bad. One can be interpreted how people want to interpret it. One, there is no interpretation of Kanye West's Nazi shirts, Jared. You can't compare the two.
Maybe he meant he was a soup Nazi. There's various forms of Nazis.
There's the ones that are alive and the ones that are dead.
There's the war criminals and there's the ones that are dead. And there's a lot of overlap.
It's not a lot. But here's the thing about Kanye, or Ye, as he's is that he's doing anything to stay relevant in the world right now. Anything. And like, this is the crazy thing he could say. He's gonna double down on it. And like I texted y'all, the music is not good enough for us to care about it. Like, like he's a racial free agent at this point. We cannot claim him.
Because I just received word that he lost all his endorsements. Ooh, that's a tough one. All of them. Amex, Tag, Heuer, Wheaties, the whole shebang-a-bang. Tough break, nigga.
We'll see who picks him off waivers.
They can have him.
I'm worried that Kanye might be struggling with some cognitive dissonance right now, and he's trying to figure things out. But he did say he was glad to express himself because in a salient moment, Kanye West came out last night after seeing a troubling video of Kodak Black sitting in the middle of the street eating a plate of chicken wings in Miami.
Why he even care about that?
He said,
"How's Kodak Black being Kodak Black?"
He said he's gonna go down there and help this young brother out because he was wearing a Donda chain, and he made the connection. This is a calling for me to go support him and help him out and help him get out from this. So, yeah, what do you guys think about Kanye going from being a Nazi to being a voice of reason? Or is he?
The news going on.
Is he the voice of reason?
What's happening right now? What has happened?
Yeah, you all over the place, Jared. Can we move on?
I don't know why Jared gets stuck on like the worst of things.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on. A lot of this stuff is going on in Twitter and Twitter world, or whatever y'all niggas call it. It's not making any sense. Especially if you try to follow rappers that's on Percocets all day long. Nothing's gonna make sense. They take drugs, they pop pills. What do you think is gonna happen? They're gonna do crazy shit. They're gonna say crazy shit.
They're gonna sit in the middle of the street eating chicken wings.
You're gonna have to tell me that all the time, because I like potato chips.
Right. Kanye that got in a car accident, he's been permanently concussed all his life. And y'all follow the bullshit. The man obviously.
Wait. Don't say y'all. I don't follow shit Kanye do.
I mean, well, Jared follows the bullshit.
Yeah, don't yell at y'all.
You're going to get some intelligence. Well, I mean, our audience. I think our audience follows Kanye, too. Audience, I need you to stop following Kanye. Enough is enough.
All right. Well,
he don't even make good music anymore.
Nope. No, at least before he made some good music.
Yeah.
when he's not making his girlfriend walk around naked, or his wife.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's his wife. That is his robot. He has a he has a living robot.
He has a woman. What was the name of that? Stefford Wives.
Yeah, he got dude. She. I've never heard her really talk much, but yeah, she has that kind of blank stare. But, anyways, well, Kodak Black said he's good.
That gorilla has never been good.
He said this real quick.
Oh, Nelson and shit. I ain't gonna lie, I missed the whole Super Bowl. That's Sulish. That's a beauty right there. She pretty. Anyways.
All right, enough of that.
Jared, that was a waste of complete time. Listen, anything that come out this idiot mouth.
In other news, Colombia's president, Gustavo Petro, said during a government meeting that cocaine is no worse than whiskey and that it's only illegal because it comes from Latin America and that it should be legalized. What do you guys think about that?
It is legal if you're white and rich.
All right, in other news.
There you go. That was the perfect answer.
Let's see. In other news, Arizona Congressman Andy Biggs submitted a bill that would ban OSHA. Why? Because why the fuck not? How do you guys feel about going to work if there is no OSHA or no OSHA standards, or at least just a bullshit safety training video you got to watch to make sure you don't kill yourself on a job?
I'm starting to think that's real because I just realized I was studying for my hazmat test and I looked on the computer and checked and they said, no, we're going to do every 6 years now. I'm like, every 6 years? I was like, that's crazy. That's crazy work there. We need to do it every 3 years. That'll keep the Middle Easterns out of our country.
Come on.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
OSHA is a federal. The congressman called.
Are they federal?
Called it part of the bloated government system. Yes, OSHA is a federal agency, part of the Department of Labor. It was established in 1970 signed into law by President Nixon, but it's the Occupational Safety and Health Act, which basically to ensure Americans safer work environments and conditions. So they're trying to get rid of OSHA. Can't be
Democrats.
You know, Mr. Biggs.
Administration just out here penny pinching, man. Like they say, hey man, we saved $85 million, which sounds like a lot, but that's like 0.03% of the budget. Like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Like, y'all not saving nobody nothing. This is insane.
Well, they're saving the rich people from having to pay more taxes by cutting other funding sources that allows them to have more money than give back to their friends. Shit.
I don't know if how the court's going to hold up. There's going to get a lot of people going to get hurt, and a lot of people going to get sued without those rules put into place. So I don't. They got control of the Supreme Court, and so some of the stuff they can get away with. That's what I guess that's their thinking behind that, but that's really ignorant. Let's read those rules and regulations, safety valves for a reason. They're gonna have another natural disaster if that happens, and Republicans don't want that on their hand. If you hurt a whole bunch of white families, they're gonna come after them.
Mm-hmm.
Those are white collar, those are blue collar white jobs out there.
Yeah, well, that's the part that's it just concerns me because there was a lot of fight to get these things set into place. And it's not only like they do an amazing, great job, but they set a standard. And I think that's something that was valuable that, you could say about certain ways that democracy or advancing democracies work is that people cry out what's wrong or what needs to be changed or what their interests are or needs are. And then, it works its way through our system to become a bill that somebody writes into, legislation. And we get past that, then improves the lives of the people that are being represented in this government. Unfortunately, right now, there's been a lot of things that were decades of work and sacrifice, lifetimes of work and sacrifice that are just being basically undone or challenged to be undone, which is part of the issue, is that they're trying to oversaturate or over-inundate the opposition of things that they got to fight. All these different fires, they're basically just pulling the LA Fires playbook. It's like starting all these different fires, and y'all ain't got enough bandwidth to stop all the things, and some things are going to get through.
Leave it to the Democrats to let the Spaniards back in the country.
It is worrisome, but I watched OSHA videos before, and it made me feel like, hey, if I do something stupid on the job, it's on me. That's the baseline of what it can do. Hey, we're making you watch this old ass video that doesn't really have to do with what you might be doing. You might be on a ladder. That's the one thing that's the same thing you might do in this job, but because you're working a job that has you doing that, here's the standard. Don't do something stupid and get yourself fucked up.
Some of it, even with chemistry, like when you're dealing with gases and chemicals, it's science. It's common sense. You can't have protocol. You got to have protocol. You can't be without protocol in that industry. You'll have a natural disaster real fast.
Yeah.
Without somebody checking and balance that stuff.
And America together will never be defeated. And America divided. Divided America will never be defeated either.
What? Wait, look at him. I gotta go back to see what he said, because it was he butchered it so well.
I take a lot of slack from people saying that you're a sellout. You know what? I'm not a sellout. I'm an American.
Yeah, shit, yeah. I'm from
And at the
OC.
end of the day, united we stand, and divided we will not fall.
We will not fall. In other news, citizens are livid with Trump about all the shit he's trying to do, and they are protesting for their rights.
I've been a master my whole entire life since I've been a baby. This is the worst moment in the history of my life. This is ridiculous. This is crazy, man. We went to the NBA Finals. Why are we trading the best player, the franchise player? How are we trading the franchise player? We went to the NBA Finals. He's supposed to have a statue. Hell yeah. He's supposed to have a statue. Dirk got a statue right there. It's supposed to be Luka right there. Why we don't got a statue for Luka? This new management is putting profit over fans. Profit over fans.
Profit over people.
Feel me? They're not worried about the fans. They don't care that we've invested 7 years of it believing in Luka, believing in building a team around Luka. They don't care about that. They just want to make their gambling money, make a couple $100 million, and leave us stuck out here. Now we're back to square one. We're back to square zero. You feel me? It's ridiculous. Luka filled that stadium. Who gonna fill it now? Who gonna fill that stadium now?
Yeah, who gonna pay into Social Security and retirement now? I'm sorry, guys. I got my videos mixed up. That wasn't the people protesting. That was the Mavs fans protesting Luka Doncic being traded in these times.
Well, you got to think about this, man. It's 10 o'clock on a Friday. Nobody with a job showed up. Not one person.
Not one person with the job would have been over there. A lot of people that are crying and put too much into it because they ain't got no job. I'm a brother.
Doing a community outing at the group home, and they just put a camera in front of their face.
I like the guy who kept saying, "Crash out, just crash out," like egging him on. Just let him have it. But yeah, there was other fans who spoke on how sad they were and they're affected, and there was one that really stood out to me.
These guys, this Nico, they finished with my dreams, okay? And this place, American Airlines, the Mavericks, this was my safe place. And now I have nothing. Basically, they screw up the best sport thing in Dallas. I'm so sad, man, for real. I'm sad and disappointed.
Yeah.
Man, that Latin dude needs to watch out and make sure ICE ain't coming. He talking about he wasn't gonna be his safe place wherever ICE can't get into. He gonna talk about the U.S. Airlines Arena, the American Airlines Arena. That wasn't gonna be safe.
American Airlines Arena is a sanctuary stadium.
Exactly. He better be watching out for ICE. He better be trying to get to one of them states that really gonna protect him, California, Washington, or someplace.
One of those fake Latinx nights, just round everybody up.
Exactly. He talking about this a safe space. He would have been the first one rounded up, Brandon.
Hey, can we pause for Shanae Aguake's booty on TV?
Who?
What channel you watching?
Shanae Aguake.
You watching ESPN?
Mm-hmm.
You Brandon Tongues?
Yes, Shanae.
Oh shit, you're right. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he is 100% correct.
You got a bubble back there.
Oh my! I'm gonna have to record this, Jared. Hold on for a fucking minute.
Aaron got up from his chair to go get a closer look.
She be putting that thing on TV. That's Aaron type too. He like them dark skinned girls.
He ain't lying.
All right. Well, how do you guys feel about the Dallas Maverick fans staging a protest calling for the owner to sell the team and fire the GM?
That's part of my accordion thing. You know, my mama dark skinned.
Tell the Dallas fans to turn to ESPN and watch Shanae Aguake.
He ain't lying. They should.
Everything will be all right if they get Shanae Aguake. Maybe we want to pray in tongues.
Shalom, put the drums down. Shalom. He is not lying.
Spread the legs.
I might take her to that African church that where he gotta take him to the beach and do his thing, make him feel closer to God to make them. What was it to make them more fertile?
I don't know.
Yeah, the kiss the butt cheeks.
Become an African peach?
No, the kiss the butt cheeks to make them find a husband.
Yeah, that's what it was. He was in between their butt cheeks.
No, it was more than kissing the butt cheeks.
Yeah, he was in between the butt cheeks. That made Kevin. Kevin tried to become a pastor in Africa after that.
Shout out to Kevin.
Oh, so many people with the power of God.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that movie, that Denzel Washington movie, Book of Eli.
Mm-hmm.
You can fool everybody.
Yeah, so Dallas Maverick friends, go watch Shanae the Boomer King.
Mm-hmm. That'll be your safe space. That's a safe space. Now that's a real safe space right there.
Yeah, go watch that, and then if it don't work, watch one of what's that white woman's name again? Last name White. God damn it, Paula White. Do a sermon in tongues.
Yeah.
So you start reading Kanye West porn reviews.
Better off doing that, Brandon.
And other nudes. AG3's got a new
podcast coming.
New podcast dropping. Luka has played his first game as a Laker tonight, and Anthony Davis played his first game as a Dallas Maverick.
In his last game.
His first and last. He was balling too. That was a crazy
he exploded for 26 and 16.
Came back too fast from that injury trying to prove a point.
And he pulled his something down by his foot. And
he pulled his labia.
I heard, Pedro, you wrong, man. Don't say that, man. I heard it was an abductor and a fallopian tube.
He didn't have to prove. He just should have healed up. He did not have to prove a point. Heal up, man. He did not have to prove a point. He was trying to prove, like, hey, I'm here now. And end up hurting himself.
Well, shout out to Anthony Davis. We hope you get back soon.
Anthony Davis needs to know that he is not more popular than a European white man. He was trying to prove himself.
Yeah, he didn't.
I'm trying to find out, is Luka the most out of shape Laker of all time since George Mikan? George Mikan was in shape, so I don't know.
Who was that? Anthony Peeler one time came in out of shape.
Y'all had J.R. Ryder. Y'all had J.R. Ryder for a little bit.
But we had the J.R. Ryder that was still like he was smoking weed and not eating.
I just think he was out of shape because he wasn't training. He was kicking it and playing basketball.
Well, according to Phil Jackson, he's kicking it too much on Crenshaw.
Yeah, he's kicking it and playing back. I don't think he was like in shape as he was like. I don't know. I can't say for sure he wasn't.
Phil Jackson said he was kicking it on Crenshaw too much.
The Warriors had an out of shape Nick Van Exel. You guys had the young, in shape Nick Van Exel.
Yeah, we had the Van Exel that was used to pushing his coach and pushing referees down and get suspended for 7 games. Yeah, that was a great Van Exel to have, Jared. Didn't he headbutt the ref? He did something. He got like 7 games suspension.
Yeah, Anthony Davis got injured and he could be done for multiple weeks, is what they're saying. So the playoff push is going to be signs Anthony Davis and all up to Kyrie. This is not going to be good.
Kyrie Irving can do it.
He can. I hope so. I certainly hope so. I'm rooting for Kyrie. The Warriors traded for Jimmy Butler and got they man. They won their first game, beating the quality team of the Bulls.
And then they won the second game. They won their second quality team.
Beating one of the favorites in the East, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Who's been falling. Milwaukee Bucks lost 7 of their last 8 games.
Is Doc Rivers still the coach?
The sad part, that's why they're losing, because he is.
I think we forgot about how the Doc Rivers thing in Milwaukee right now. Anyways, the Warriors won their second game, even though Giannis was not playing. But they beat the Bucks. What do you guys think about Jimmy to the Warriors? And is this going to turn it around for them?
Well, Jimmy got him scoring points.
Jimmy going to play defense.
Jimmy's getting to that age where I worry about how much defensive effort he can put in, because you get older and you can't play. It's the effort that it's just defense is harder to play. You get older.
Yeah, I mean he's younger than Steph and Draymond
by a year.
They all
younger than both of them.
But they would all be retired if they was playing their careers in the 80s.
Yeah, they will be, because you actually play every game and play hard in the 80s. So
shoes weren't as good either, man. That's y'all forget about that part.
The shoes might be too good now.
Yeah, but the reason why they would be retired, because back in the 80s they actually played all 80 games, right? And they played every game, and then they play hard, and then their career would be over.
I will say I will disagree about them playing hard all the time.
Oh, they play hard all the time. The Flus hated practice. They practice hard, Brandon. They practice hard. That's why they love game time, because they're like the games. All the players back then said, because they don't even practice now for an hour, Brandon. Back then, coaches still ran you every game. That's why the Lakers lost in one of their playoff series. They popped 3 players popped hamstrings because they swept through the playoffs, made it to the finals, and Pat Riley decided he wanted to have a special 11-day training camp before the finals, and 3 players popped hamstrings. They practice hard. They played hard. It's not even close to what they play now. Yes, the shoes are better now. That's about it.
The shoes are better now, which more impact on the knees and stuff. That's why they get more rest.
It does impact the knees, but they do nothing but rest.
I think Jimmy is an interesting player, and I think if he can make the other players around better, which he's always proven to be like pretty good about doing, and he can actually play games and he's not having to be overly rested, I think he could help them. But they have to also change up their typical offense, and they got to run it through Jimmy. Which could be good. It's a different look than what the Warriors have been accustomed to running, but that's kind of one of the things they need. But it's still, they don't have a center. They don't got to do with trades right now. They still, so I worry. I'm not overly optimistic, but it's looked good. Jimmy came in, look spry, look solid. Looks like he's going to impose himself. And you got a player that can help you close out games.
I mean, he just took 3 weeks off though, too.
No. He just took 2 seasons off. So you got a fresh Jimmy Butler.
Yeah. We'll see.
So he's really only like 33.
Right. They're gonna make a run here at the end, but like you said, they probably get overwhelmed by a team with height.
Team with length.
Length and height, yeah, and Jimmy can't bulldog dudes who are just like, all right, you're gonna try and get in the post and mid post, and we're gonna put somebody big and long on you.
Yeah, I mean he's been doing his whole career, man. I think
he's been doing it.
They're the old man gang, man. And the first round of the playoffs is so long; they get 3 days in between each game.
Yeah, but Jimmy was doing it in the East. It was a LeBron-less East. The East was.
There's still NBA players. There's
I know.
there.
Brandon, have you seen Charlotte? Have you seen a team near you? You gonna call that an NBA team?
They're an NBA team, man.
That team, one of the worst teams I ever seen in my life. It pains me to watch them or Washington play the game. Your boy Lamelo, all he do is just run in circles and shoot like it's a goddamn AAU game. Stats that don't add up to wins.
I'm excited to see the Warriors play with a different style, even though I haven't watched any games. But I'm excited to see them play with a different style.
You think Steve Kerr has the option to play a different style? Like, you don't really.
No, but that's the thing. I think it's gonna be like we're gonna see, because I think one of the things that, he had his run-ins with Spoelstra on stuff and ideas of things, and like they openly argued on the sideline on a couple of different occasions, and so they had open disputes, and that's not like Jimmy has some input, but he also knows how to he knows how to compete. He's a competitor. That's the one thing I'm not gonna question him is when he's on the court. Is he a competitor or not? He gonna give it his all when he's on the court. So if he's on the court and he's bought in and his mindset's good and his knees don't give out on him too early as a 35-year-old that's been playing for a long time already, then it'll be fun to watch. It'll be something different, but they still don't have they're going to get overwhelmed. Let's check back in live. The Lakers are playing, who are they playing tonight?
Weak ass Jazz team. These who's all playing a bunch of weak teams. They
playing the Jazz.
They made sure they started their best player when the new trade acquisition against bad teams, so they look smart.
Yeah, how did Luka look tonight? How's he looking?
He look all right. Look like the most out of shape Laker of all time.
Yeah,
right. He out there looking like Pig Miller.
Come on, man. He ain't looking that bad. Anthony Miller was looking like Martin Luther King after he had too many wing dinners.
Antonio Brown,
AP,
social media influencer, and
CTE of the year.
Cracker of the Week award CEO, and former NFL wide receiver, maybe best in the league for a few years.
He best in the league for like good 5.
Announced that he's filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy after making over $100 million in his career.
You got many kids that he got. You're gonna lose money. These fools understand there. Every time you go ahead and get a woman pregnant, it's gonna cost you money.
That's $100K.
So he said 100 bands, right? 100 million.
Here's a clip.
Do you know your total career earnings in the NFL?
I think I made 100 million if you count off the field everything.
100 million. Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
How much did you spend of that 100 million?
Well, I just filed Chapter 11 bankrupt. So
did we go?
I spent all of it. I blew all my money.
Spent it all?
Yeah, I blew everything.
Honestly, there's nothing wrong with that, because guess what? If you're having fun, wait, over what period of time?
If you had a great time, then more power to you. But
I just had my financial, like my people who like in my life, they just took the money I made in the NFL and they didn't make that money mine no more. You know what I'm saying? They put it away from my family generation and the trust, and then just threw it out there. So whatever I made in football, I just saved it for my family generation, my kids.
So they invested it into the market, or?
Yeah, they just took JP Mortgage. They gave them a nice percentage out there monthly. We don't do the market because the market is like the market.
Up and down. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
All right.
I'm gonna let Brandon speak on this. Stop playing that shit. Let Brandon speak on it.
What the hell just happened?
Exactly.
If somebody told you I blew $100 million.
Antonio Brown just gave us an economics lesson.
He gave us. How about take economics lesson for someone that said he don't have a dime of $100 million?
It's Antonio Brown's financial literacy course.
Right. Oh, that's cool.
He lost all his money after that hit from Vontaze Burfict.
They just came out of him like Scrooge McDuck.
It was like coins at a Sonic game.
He said, I took my money and saved it for my generations. What does that mean?
The NFL Hall of Fame list was announced this week. Some big names and maybe one mediocre name was named, but one big name that was left off was Eli Manning. He did not make it into the Hall of Fame. What do you guys think about Eli Manning not making the Hall of Fame?
I'm happy. He don't deserve to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Fuck that cracker. He don't deserve it.
He'll make it to the Hall of Fame, just not going to be first ballot.
I agree. He's going to make it eventually, but if he made it first ballot with the stats he put up in some of the seasons, he how bad and he was like Jameis Winston with a good family name.
Yeah.
But he also won 2 Super Bowls against Tom Brady. So there's that. He was so dumb that the big moments couldn't affect him, but he was dumb enough to keep himself and his team from getting to the big moments more than enough.
Damn, Jerry.
Well,
Damn, dude.
Do you think Jameis Winston is in on the joke? Does he realize people are laughing at him?
Also, Jameis Winston was doing a lot of work this.
Brandon, Jameis Winston. I think he knows that he's not the main character.
Okay.
I think he knows that he's like that when you get a video game and they just want to keep you playing, so they're like, hey, we're giving you this free add-on, and it's like one of the non-playable characters. You can just take them through one level. That's Jameis Winston. He knows I'm just here for one level. They had him doing everything.
Stephen A. Smith out there, he was like,
Fox had working.
Yeah, man. But as far as the Hall of Fame goes, man, I think I think they'll eventually get right. Hopefully, Eli doesn't get in for a while because I think they got to back people that needs to get in before.
I feel like he needs to come down to his last year on the list before he get in.
I don't even think that, man. I think you'll start seeing more like players from that era, like get private.
Brady.
I mean, he's got 2 Super Bowls, whatever. But yeah, I think the electorate or the voters are getting a little younger than they had been. I feel like a lot of those older sports writers are not necessarily the ones in charge right now.
Yeah, hopefully Eli take a while. But Brandon, so Jared, who is the mediocre on this list? And let's hurry up, man. Let's wrap it up. It's 9:07.
The four people that it was a small class this year. The class
Thank God. They need to get small. They need to go 4 and 3.
Class of 2025 only had Eric Allen, Jared Allen, Antonio Gates, and Sterling Sharp.
Yep. One person shouldn't have made it in off that list.
And the one weak person that's all said at the same time was Jared Allen. Okay. We're all in agreement.
Jared Allen should not have been on that damn list.
I was like Eric Allen. I was like, he was a really good player.
Eric Allen was a baller. Eric Allen was at least, I'm going to tell you this. Deion had the name. Eric Allen had all the skill. He was Deion wasn't really about him being a shutdown corner. It's just that he was just so God-given, unbelievable athletic. Deion would get burnt and just had them. Deion's talent was his makeup speed. He could catch up to anybody, anywhere, no matter where you beat him on a route. Eric Allen was a technician, man. He was a technician. He shut you down based on it was beautiful to watch him play corner. Antonio Gates, one of the greatest pass catching tight end of all time.
Oh, he really he took the tight end game to the next level. That's more modernized.
I think about him and Tony Gonzalez and what they did. You talking about guys who numbers are better than Gronk's? When you think about the greatest tight end, you think Shannon Sharp, Gronk, Tony G, and Antonio Gates, man.
Yeah.
Sterling Sharp. He was the guy that when Jerry Rice was on top of his game, he had the better stats than Jerry Rice. He got hurt. I see him as a Terrell Davis. And he got in as a senior person, so I'm fine with that. He was the Terrell Davis. He was the guy that had the career that put up great numbers for like 6 unbelievable numbers. Not great, unbelievable. He was the first receiver I ever seen catch 100 catches. And he did it like 2 or 3 straight years. I've never seen a receiver catch 100. Like back then, like fools finished a year with 85 catches. You can lead the league with 85 catches. And he was showing up getting 100. He was great, got hurt. You know what? I'm fine. Jared Allen, I don't even waste my time talking about that no talented fool.
He had 2 good years.
He's top 12 all time in sacks.
Don't mean much.
I mean, like the people he's in front of, right? So he's 12. The person right in front of him is John Randall.
John Randall was a defensive tackle, though.
And John Randall was.
And John Randall was fearsome. They fiercely.
Yeah, Jared Allen was eating up scraps when his team was playing ahead and just getting bullshit sacks. He was not, and he wasn't a dominant player.
But you still got to get to the quarterback. They had 3 other motherfuckers on the line that weren't doing what he was doing.
He wasn't that great at it.
Maybe who else is below him?
You can't take away like what he actually did, right?
Do you know how hard it is to get a sack in a game? There's so many good pass rushers that get pressures but never get a sack in a game.
Yes.
Jared Allen's one of those guys who is like, I can't wait till it gets to the 4th quarter and we have a lead and they gotta go for it now.
Jared Allen would get 1 sack a game. I give him credit for 1 sack a game. He'll have 1 sack and 0 pressure. 0 pressure.
I've only seen him wreck 1 game. and it was like against the Cowboys because the Cowboys were playing like dog shit. I think it was a playoff game, but it wasn't really him wrecking the game. Old Brett Favre was over there chucking the ball around town, making them like some goddamn fools. But all I'm gonna say is this: he capitalized on situations, but he wasn't a dominant edge rusher that you had to deal with for more than he might have had 2 good seasons where you're like, man, you really got to deal with this dude, Jared Allen. And then it was just like, oh, it's Jared Allen, the guy who's like high motor and solid, but like not elite. Don't say that.
Simeon Rice is better than Jared Allen.
Not elite.
All right, first,
not elite.
Hold on, let's see. Simeon Rice is 21st in sacks.
Yeah, Simeon Rice was playing.
I said he was better. I didn't say he's a Hall of Famer. I just
Here's
said
the
he's
other
better
thing.
than Aaron
Here's the
Allen.
other thing. This is also Jared Allen came along when quarterbacks started to throw the ball a lot of 40 plus times a game. This was like that era, that window of time where he capitalized was also when it was expanding with how many times quarterbacks were throwing the ball relative to like the early 2000s, 90s.
You know what it reminded me of? Jared Allen reminded me of.
Jared Allen was drafted 2004.
He reminded me of Nick Bosa.
And he didn't come on till like 2009. So it took him 5 years to have his he's tight. And then he had like 2 good seasons. And then it was like, he's gone. He's just an average dude again.
He reminded me a lot of Nick Bosa as a guy who, like TJ Watt wrecks. When I watch TJ Watt, he be wrecking game plans.
Yeah, TJ Watt came in and has been
passing,
wrecking since.
And he'll be
It didn't take TJ Watt 5 years to figure out that he was going to be that good, and then all of a sudden be that good for 2 years, and then be back to being like I'm old now. I have an excuse for being mediocre.
Who else is below him, Brandon?
I'm quite enjoying the hand Jared Allen. Y'all just got like,
hey man, I told y'all it was a weak
nigga on the show, man.
Who else is below him?
Right,
Pedro
so
must be asleep because he ain't
John
said
Abraham,
I don't know nothing about the Hall of Fame.
Lawrence Taylor is tied 14th. Von Miller 16th.
Did you say Lawrence Taylor?
Lawrence Taylor is 14th.
Lawrence Taylor also played in the round where they passed like 20 times a game. That's it. And he dominated games. He won games by himself. There were games where he had 2 sacks, 15 tackles, two fumble recoveries, and 2 forced fumbles, shit like that, and an interception. Lawrence Taylor won MVP. That's enough said. Lawrence Taylor won MVP 1 year, Brandon, as a defensive player. He's the only defensive player to win MVP.
That's what I'm saying. He's got, it's not that much more. But anyway, so yeah, those are people behind him.
There are a lot of weak people behind him, too.
Well, they got Derek Thomas, Dwight Freeney, Robert Mathis, Samir
Derek Thomas died.
Jordan. And then you got J.J. Watt at 24.
Pedro, Dwight Freeney.
J.J. Watt's a defensive tackle.
I like Pedro, Dwight Freeney.
Yeah, Aaron Donald at 28.
Aaron Donald dominated, man. Defensive player of the year. Jared Allen was never defensive player of the year.
They tried.
He was never considered even.
They
tried to, but he was never even considered like the best DN while he was playing.
No, I wouldn't say so.
All right, but all right. So he had 136 sacks in 187 games.
Yeah,
I mean that seems like a pretty good ratio for sacks.
His ratio.
He was a good player. We're not saying he wasn't a good player. He's just not a Hall of Fame player.
Hall of Fame worthy. Yes, that's my argument.
I'm just like he wasn't that good for that long, and he wasn't
dominant.
Not that you have to be always the best player of your position, but like that you are like every year like like clockwork, best player or second best player.
11 defensive. Or let's see. I don't think it's the official defensive player of the year.
No, he was never defensive player of the year.
Dude,
he wasn't good enough.
It was 2009.
5-time Pro Bowler, 4-time All-Pro.
He got 3 of those Pro Bowls. Number one, on the back end of his career when he's just an old vet, and they're like, "He's here. Somebody's got to sit there in the playoffs," and he's like, "All right, I'll go." So some of those are fake. And the All Pros, man, he was not that good.
AP Defensive Rookie of the Year, he finished 5th.
You know, he didn't beat out DeMarcus Ware for defensive end, I'll tell you that. But the problem is they had Ware at goddamn outside linebacker, so they didn't. But edge rusher.
DeMarcus Ware was better than him.
Way better than him. That's why he's first
ballot. Not even close.
Never lost.
Not even close.
Jared Allen was trash, bro. Not even good against the run.
He could not play the run at all, Brandon.
Dwight Freeney played the run better than him.
Dwight Freeney is better than Jared Allen.
There we go.
Dwight Freeney is 10 times better than Jared Allen.
It's one of those times where you just argue so long, he gets worse and worse the way you argue.
If you would have told me, Aaron, who would make the Hall of Fame, Dwight Freeney and Jared Allen, I would say Dwight Freeney easily. Mm-hmm. Easily. I You know what? Now that we got Jared Allen in, I can't even argue against Dwight Freeney because he's 10 times better than Jared Allen.
He's like the Leroy Butler to my Darren Woodson.
No, that's worse. I don't know why Brandon defending this for Jared Allen, man, because he wore cowboy boots to games.
No, man. I'm not defending him. I'm being as neutral as possible. You guys just going super negative.
Cuddy Corner Shoutouts. Cuddy Corner Shoutouts. Cuddy Corner Shoutouts is a segment in the show where everyone gets a chance to rant, complain, or highlight something positive in the world. Cuddy Corner Shoutouts. Cuddy Corner Shoutouts.
It's time. Cuddy Corner.
We're burning now.
God, if you let it in, hell!
So cold and bleeding now.
I'm in for it, man.
Gonna let you down.
He had sex with my mama.
We're broken people now.
I just said I need a Becky.
Aaron, do you have a Cuddy Corner Shoutout?
I do. My Cuddy Corner Shoutout. I mean, I've come up with a lot of them in the last 3 days, before Super Bowl, after Super Bowl, but I'm stuck on this one. Someone sent me the video. I believe Jared, because he always sends you videos, no matter what time of the night it is. Can't even get up to use the bathroom like a real middle-aged man in the middle of the night and just go back to sleep without my phone going off, and I'm thinking it's an emergency because it's just text after text after text, and it's Jared sending out bullshit at 2:30 in the morning. But this one was Jared sent me out, and it's look, the Eagles. When you win the Super Bowl, you have the right to party how you want. But I have a problem when a whole bunch of black dudes are hanging out with their white teammate Cooper DeJean, and they're just calling him their N-word and just won't stop using the N-word around them freely. Did Cooper DeJean use N-word in that video, Jared? I'm not understanding.
Did he? I don't know.
This motherfucking never. Brandon, did you send that out?
No, it was with an Eagles fan. No, the only thing was with him.
Oh, that was an Eagles fan. Okay, that makes me feel better. Because I was worried. I was like, man, we're gonna have another Riley Cooper situation. You keep saying the N-word around him so loosely and freely. That was a fan that made me feel a lot better. Oh, that made me feel better. But he said Cooper DeJean said the N-word. I don't know, man. You know what? This goes out to black people in Black History Month. Black History Month is not a reparation. It does not mean a shit bad ankle happened to you. It do not mean you can leave work early. It do not mean that you could talk bad to your supervisors because it's Black History Month. Black History Month is an honor and celebrate our culture and the history of what our culture has overcome and what it's meant for this country. Black people nowadays have used all social currency. It's gone. I believe what Aaron Magruder said. It's gone. It's gone. If you don't think it was gone, just listen to Kendrick Lamar halftime show. It's gone. You got Serena Williams over there crip walking. I hate to say it. I grew up, I was born and raised in LA in the height of gang. Height of crip, live in Rolling 60 crip neighborhood. Me and Pedro live in Rolling 60s. He went to school with a lot. I went to school with the couple because I was out in the valley. We saw him every day. We had one of our best friends became a Rolling 60 crip. May rest in peace, Big Zek. To see I hate the bastardization of crip walking. You didn't see crip walking that often. When Pedro, how many times you've seen it in person? I've seen it once back in the day.
Well, I used to see it because my brother used to do it in his friend.
But they were real Crips, right?
Crips, right.
That's the thing. You only did it if you was a Crip. The person that did it when I saw it was hitting up my whole bus. He did the Crip walk while we were it was at my bus stop. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get off the bus right now. This fool out here crip walking and then throwing up signs. Then one day I got this Rolling 60 rolled his hand for the longest and hit us up. It was hilarious, right? But I don't know what to say. Black History Month. Let's use this Black History Month to celebrate our greatness and achievements. One of the greatness and achievements I missed that since the second Brown versus Board Education in 1957 was passed by the Supreme Court, how black test scores went up every year from 1957 to 2000. Then they started dropping. I want to get back to the rise. I want to get back to the pride. I want to get back to these things. Black History Month is not our reparations. Black History Month is our honor and our salute to our culture and our guide and roadmap to just improving and striving. Go ahead.
Washington came to me the other night and told me to move his grave to China. They ain't never seen such piss poor, cojones, spineless white men. George Washington said he wants to leave America. He wants to move to China. Came to me the other night and told me Robert E. Lee wants to move out of America. I think he wants to go to Africa. George Washington, Robert Lee said, I've had it with these southern white boys that turned into little girls. And got their wives out there whoring. Got their wives whoring for this orange-haired, gold toilet, ivory tower, pathological rapist. Got their wives out there whoring for this man.
Have you noticed there's like a Republican women in government? Have you noticed there's like they keep getting extreme facelifts and plastic surgeries?
Mm-mm.
Like look at Kristi Noem, right? Mm-hmm. Look at her now and go look at her like 4 years ago. She doesn't look the same. Just put in Kristi Noem plastic surgery.
Christy, which way? CH or K?
K. I think it's K. I don't know, man. You think I know, man? That's I. I think it's an I. Look at the picture on the left, right there. You can tell. Look at the picture on the right. That's how she used to look. That's how she looks now. Compared to that. And it's her, it's all the Republicans. They all get this. Put in Republican women facelift or plastic surgery. Put that in Google. Republican women plastic surgery.
I don't know why you put yourself through this.
I don't know why. It just drives me crazy when he uses Google. You're right. But at least he spells well. Look at all this shit, dude. Look at all this. They all get plastic surgery. It's crazy. They all look like monsters. And that was the best J.D. Manning clip ever. They out there looking like whores. They are. He's not lying. They're out there. They get so much plastic surgery. They look like whores. They look like fake mannequin whores.
Laura Loomer. What the?
Oh, disgusting. She looks disgusting. She looks like one of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
At least your girl Lauren Boebert keeping it natural.
Well, that's because she still gets some good dick. She'll go out and get Democratic dick. She'll lie about it afterwards, say, "Oh, I didn't do nothing with that man." She'll get Democratic dick in public places.
Get some working class in.
Yep. She don't need to get all this plastic surgery. She don't need to feel. She's like, this dick make me feel good about myself.
I've been balls deep in this FAFO trend on social media.
FAFO, what's that?
I'll fuck around and find out.
Oh, yeah, okay.
all these Republicans, like, man, I lost my job.
Oh, that's just
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
you voted for it, dude. You literally, he said the plan. Their plan was to cut hella shit. That's like all the playbook. That's the and the media didn't do a tough enough job to like call him to task and really like and speak and say he wouldn't like this is too extreme and say I would never do that. It's at least he would lie anyways. It doesn't matter, but
yeah. Oh, yeah. I blame Biden and Harris.
I blame Joe Biden. Joe Biden should have stepped down the way he said he was going to. So.
No, but he was too senile to step down, so you can't really fully blame him.
No, that's even more reason.
He's the last.
Jerry's got to blame somebody.
No, because
he's the last person to
he
know
promised to be a transitional candidate. That's what he said to get people to vote for him because they were like, Trump has been way too crazy and it's been bad. And so
I think he saw Harris. He's like, man, she's not ready either.
No, but that's the problem. When she said when she had a chance to answer what she would have done differently than Joe Biden, she said nothing. That's when she lost the vote. Because the whole thing is that people wanted somebody different than Joe Biden. That's what everyone was like, this is not good. I said this on the phone last night, Brandon. I said, the Republicans and Democrats are playing two different games. The Republicans see, hey, we got elderly people here that are our constituency or that would vote for us. Let's scam them out of their money or scare them into voting for us. That's what their plot in life is. That's what their value is. And then the Democrats are like, hey, you know, that person might not be mentally, cognitive, socially still with it enough to not get scammed or scared into voting for something. We're going to have them lead our party.
Never go for a retard.
Joe Biden. I bet you if it wasn't for his handlers, he would have signed up for some kind of scam. One of the Democratic scams to donate money to his own goddamn cause, he would have got caught up in. I am floored. Kamala Harris broke her silence. We must stop the Democrats now. Did you see what they just did? CNN broke the story. Mike Davis is going to do this, and we need to stop him. Donate now. And I'm like, this motherfuckers keep texting me, bruh. Deny all cookies, y'all. Deny all cookies. Reject all cookies. In other news, Paula White, the thrice divorced, famed cash minister, has been named White House Ministry Affairs person.
Mahanda rabosoko, mahanda akasata, reke yamanda raboko sokota, ronda yakande eke seke la mama manda rabakase, meta rabakande la babakaso, yalamana niana sakayato yakande, yamakato yabatadia city akano yakatara city. Power!
That prayer was strong. I understood everything she said. I understood everything she said. She was saying, please give the power back to white Jesus. Stop letting the gays run this country. Please, Jesus. Stop letting the mixed colored brown people run this country. Thank you, Jesus. That's what she was saying in that prayer, if you wanted to know, Jared.
I'm still kind of, even when I was young, I was like, man, who the hell is believing this shit? The pastor speaking in tongues. I was in church speaking that. I was in church like, man, what the fuck is this? I'm lucky I was old enough to before I just spoke out and said, Mom, what the fuck is that?
I'm gonna tell my mom what you just said, Aaron. I'll be back.
That's fine, because I told your mom when we was 12, I said, you know, Pedro be cursing.
I was saying, I was acting like I was praying in tongues. I was like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit.
That's all you was saying. Oh, I said, man, he started praying in tongues when I showed him my dad's first porn magazine that was in black and white.
Well, Captain P-Funk, are you excited to be inspired by Trump's new hire?
Well, if she's gonna bring whiteness back in the church, she's gonna bring prayer as strong and have people believe in white Jesus, not just she's gonna cleanse our schools, right? What is she's hired for it again? Now I'm getting sleepy, Jerry. I gotta go to bed.
Paula White.
Can he get some more black people in office? That's it. Tim Scott and that other raggedy pastor.
Yeah, she's the heretic pastor to lead the Washington Faith Office.
I just want her to be speaking in tongues on the White House staff.
Every time she's just speaking in tongues.
Mama say, mama.
Good morning, everybody.
That's what you're gonna say. Good morning. Sound like she gonna say the Hakuna Matata, chimichanga, original African bambata.
Sound like she was praying in Arabic.
It sounded like she was singing Dennis Edwards, Don't Look Any Farther. Say-oh, mama say-oh.
She's going to be like, Dale.
That was the only thing left was for her to yell Dale. That was the only thing left.
I can teach you. If y'all want to learn how to pray in tongues and control people, I can teach you. My pastor used to tell me, she used to go, you big black nigga.
My black nigga. She was praying for Pedro Tugs when he let that car get stolen out the parking lot. Yeah, like, oh, let me pray for you, Pedro.
Let me pray for
you. Black tough son of a bitch, black nigga. La la la.
You big lazy chasing girl ass nigga.
Pedro, you know, Sleepy Pedro's on fire right now. I'll tell you that. Sleepy Pedro is on fire.